Delphic maxim. Ακούων ora. Listen and then observe. Ladies and gentlemen, most distinguished guests, dear delegates, dear friends. I'm Aristarchos Papadaniel, creator and producer of the film Mauthausen by Mikis Theodorakis and Iakovos Kambanellis. I would like to thank the founder and president of the Delphi Economic Forum, Mr. Syllipsis, for the honor of today's special screening of the feature film Mauthausen, a 91-minute long film produced in 2023. I want to share my deep emotions with you for being here today at this holy place in Delphi, a place which, allow me to say, literally bears my mark, as I have designed the Delphi Network logo, as well as the logo and visual identity of Delphi Festival, The Talking Water. Which even today welcomes us upon entering the city. My emotions are even more intense for my return to this place with the holistic identity of a concept creator, researcher, creative director, producer, co-director along with the multi-talented cinematographer Panagiotis Koulouras, who is with us today, and most of all, last performer along with the virtuoso cellist Aris Zervas of Mikis Theodorakis, the renowned Greek composer who fought for freedom, democracy, and social justice. Performer in a play of the famous Greek playwright and screenwriter Iakovos Kambanellis. Τέχνη χρό. Use your skill. The feature film Mauthausen is the new cinematic project of the departed but always present Mikis Theodorakis and Iakovos Kambanellis. A unique poetic documentary, musical and psychological thriller, which narrates the more relevant than ever, never again. This audiovisual project, Mauthausen, a Syllipsis production, was co-financed by the German Federal Foreign Office from the German-Greek Future Fund. After its special screening at the Academy of Athens, the 9th Delphi Economic Forum is the new important milestone in the special journey of this award-winning film. The first film ever presented in this forum, as I am informed. It is no coincidence that in ancient times, Delphi was considered the navel of the earth. There, as is known, they worshipped Apollo and Dionysus, the rational and the transcendental spirit, the two elements that, when and as long as they are balanced, civilization is produced. That is what Mikis Theodorakis, honorary citizen of Delphi since 1997, said during his welcoming reception as an honorary member of the Academy of Athens in 2013. Whereas 11 years later, with his swansong, Song of Songs, he is creatively present at the navel of Earth with an inspired appeal for global solidarity, fellowship, and peace of peoples. Along with Mauthausen Cantata and Chronicle, the movie presents the unpublished Travelogue to Mauthausen, May 1988, the most personal film script of the Mauthausen camp survivor, founder of the modern Greek post-war theatre, and academic Iakovos Kambanellis. An unfulfilled vision of his, which 35 years after its initial conception, back in 1988, takes its final form in the place, Mauthausen Memorial, Austria, where the martyrdom was experienced and the original inspiration came from. Lying here, do not forget us, because forgetting evil is like giving permission to repeat it. Iakovos Kambanellis notes in the form of an epigram, a cinematic nekia, a great transition in an underworld, a hell for bodies and souls, where you must make a little crust around your brain. You must go a little crazy to survive. In this work, the place is the protagonist, place as a memory palace. And before the screening begins, because every screening is defined by the place, I cannot help but indulge in associations before you. Amphitheater, Konstantinos Karamanlis. Karamanlis is the only solution proposed in 1973 by the band tortured, exiled by the military junta Mikis Theodorakis. The return of both of them, Karamanlis and Theodorakis, a year later, defined the so-called metapolitevsi, the 50 years after the restoration of democracy in Greece, that we celebrate this year and in this forum as well. At the European Cultural Center of Delphi, which was founded on July 22, 1977, thanks to the inspiration and initiative of Greek Prime Minister Konstantinos Karamanlis. The Delphi Center can become an institution that expresses the ideals, cultural values, and even the concerns of modern Europe, a goal set by the Delphi Economic Forum as well. Centuries ago, the model is again to be found here, in ancient Greece, the Delphic Amphictyony, which inspired Angelos Sikelianos and Eva Palmer Sikelianou for their Delphic festivals back in 1927 and 1930, where, among other things, they reactivated the ancient theatre of Delphi with the first performance of Aeschylus' tragedy Prometheus Bound. And now, on the screen, Man Bound, the greatest tragedy of the 20th century. Και τα μακρά και τα σήμα για με πια είναι ένα. Και τα μακρά και τα σήμα για με πια είναι ένα. Πρωτάκουστες, βαριές με ζώνουν αρμονίες. Ομπρό συντρόφοι, βοηθάτε να σκοθεί, να γίνει ο ήλιος πνεύμα. Will write the poet Angelos Sikelianos in his spiritual march in 1945, shortly after the liberation of Greece from the Nazi occupation. 1945, the liberation of Mauthausen. Years after, as the president of the Hellenic Republic, Konstantinos Karamanlis visited Mauthausen, and he realized that Greece did not have a monument at this martyrdom site, and ordered to change that. From there, then, back to here, now, we sing to you. Ora to melon, foresee the future. Thank you.